The moment you've all been waiting for. The royal hostess with the mostest. The queen bee with the money, honey.
BeePlus.
That's right. And it's time you all bow to the real queen bee.
Here comes the most beautiful bee in the universe.
You're stealing all the bees just because you're jealous?
No, that's just a bonus. My actual plan is to capture all the queens. Their hives will then have no choice but to follow me.
Well, hello, my wonderful hive, and welcome to my first live in a very, very, very long time. So bear with me while I get readjusted. I figured that if I'm going to make my reaction videos, I might as well open it up and see if anybody wants to come join me and discuss it while all of that is going on. So that being said, I'm not going to be looking at the chat a whole lot. So I'm expecting everybody to be on their best behavior. I know, funny, right? Nobody would be on bad behavior. Oh, well, I see a lot of good faces here. A lot of people that I know are good peeps. And welcome everybody who's in here so far. I think I'm probably going to do the shorter of the reaction clips that I have, because I have a lot. I have a lot. And this is for entertainment purposes, of course. You know, I think some of these things are important and more serious topics, and other ones are just funny and we can just laugh. So yes, hello to everybody coming in. I'm giving people a few more minutes. I'm not used to being live, and because I've been doing more pre-recorded videos, but so just bear with me. So my rules are basically this. I'm pretty laid back. I'm pretty easygoing. Or else there's like, you know, a creator being discussed by myself, or, you know, in the clips that I'm playing, I would prefer that other creators not be mentioned, brought up. I would also appreciate it if you have an issue with somebody else in chat, that there's a reason there's a block button. I don't really care for it when people come in and, you know, go at each other in my chat because it's disruptive to other people. And I know you guys, I don't see anybody that I see a lot of good people in here. So hello to everybody coming in. Like I said, I'm not going to be looking at chat that much. So I'm not ignoring anybody, but I'm giving people a few more minutes, not minutes, probably like 30 seconds or so. And then I will be putting on the first clip that we will be watching. And also, because I've gotten some feedback, if you think that I'm pausing too often, it's because I am, first of all, I talk a lot, obviously. And second of all, you know, I have to do that for fair use. And I need to, I can't give anybody any room to get upset. And I'm sorry, I'm opening up a seltzer here. All right. Hope everybody had a great 4th of July who was here in the United States. I hope everybody had a good, and everybody's welcome to be here. Meg, I see you there and you asked a question there. Everybody is allowed to be here. I mean, I think people pretty much know I'm pretty vocal. I mean, since I decided that this is my drama channel, I've decided that I'm just going to be myself on here, right? Because like there's no purpose in not being yourself. And I can be very snarky. I swear a lot. I do a lot, and I'm just going to speak my mind because that's how it's going to be. I also am comfortable touching on some subjects that I know other people might not be or get mad about, rather. Because I don't see there's anything wrong with discussing things that we see on YouTube. If you're up on YouTube and there's something going on for hundreds of people to see, then I'm going to discuss it if I want to. And I might not want to, but I'm allowed to do that. So, and my cat's very annoying. Hello, Chicory. Hello, everybody. Amanda, the Blue Velvet River, X amount of words, Irvin, Blissful Tattoos. Yeah. Oh, hello. I see new people. Objection overruled. Hello, welcome. Oh, Christine, of course. And if I missed you, like I said, guys, I'm just giving people like a 30 seconds to come in before I begin. And I hope you guys like these clips. Some of these clips are the videos that I took down because I felt bad, kind of, sort of, not really. There were ones where I was more making fun of Natasha's looks. And at this point in time, actually, you know, while we're waiting for people to come in, we can address one thing. So, I'm guessing many of you saw my community posts in my cat, oh my God, Chicory, you are something else today. Chicky, oh baby. So I put up some, like when Natasha lost her latest channel, I did the NSYNC album cover for Bye Bye Bye. I put like all of her little, you know, I had some posts that a lot of her supporters didn't like. Now, I don't know if I should start doing a stupidest comment of the week thing. Or I could do like a top 5 stupidest comments that I've received on my community post this week, every like a rundown, because oh my God, like I don't even know how to, half the time I don't even know how to respond because I'm just like, I don't even know how to interact with somebody who doesn't. But the best one that I got, the very best one was, there was the one person who wrote in it, I see you're a coward and don't have your comment section open, as they comment in my comment section. I'm like, ma'am, are you aware that if you're commenting in my comment section, that means that my comments are open, right? Like, and she wrote this huge novel. I didn't even read all of it. But there was a lot of tick turtles. There was a lot of tick turtles. But here's the thing, I don't feel, there's nothing wrong in feeling glad or happy that a woman who is not supposed to be on YouTube because their channel was terminated and they've continued to make channels, which probably didn't help their cause at all, and they keep getting taken down. That is not, and actually you'll see in a clip, Natasha will tell you right out of her own mouth. But that's the thing. I don't have the power to do that. None of us have the power to do that. That's all on her own. And if YouTube is going through her content, obviously that means there's something wrong. Now, I want to scream from the rooftops. I don't understand how people are not realizing that, don't you think a lot of other channels on here in this community alone would be gone if mass reporting was a way that people could just take down channels without, unfairly? Think about that. I mean, I know I'm telling mostly people in here that get that, but and I've tried to be nice to our audience. I've tried. I have, because I figured, I at one time was part of I watched her a little bit. I didn't always like her, but towards the end, I was there quite often. But at this point in time, I feel like there's enough, and I will call it awareness, because fuck you, Natasha. It's awareness of your fuckery. I think that there's enough people that have seen it. I think it's people that are willfully ignorant. And at this point, there's a few of them that I have no issue making fun of, and I will. If you're going to write stupid shit on my community post about how you're mass reporting my community posts, if you want to write shit like that and then get all mad and claim cancel culture, well, then clearly you don't stand for anything at all. If we're going to go with your narrative on that. So I don't know. It's a crazy situation, but I have a lot of insight that I'm excited to share with you. I do talk a lot. I do talk fast. I apologize if I pause often. That's how we're going to do this. If there's an echo, I apologize for that too. I just wanted to bring you guys with me. Well, because usually I've been recording these pre-recorded, but I figured you guys would probably want to chat too. I don't think she'd have to repay anything like that. But I do have a feeling that it's her AdSense account that's what's getting flagged. So you can have as many channels as you want under one AdSense account, because I just had to sign up for one recently. And while we're talking about that, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, you totally should hit that subscribe button right now. Right the fuck now. I don't know why you haven't done it already. And then for those of you who are already subscribed, of course, hit that thumbs up. It is a free, very easy, simple way that you can help get my videos in the algorithm, which is actually starting to happen, which is great. I had a complete stranger this morning comment on one of the Natasha clips, a short that I had, and she was, or I don't know if it's he or she, I didn't, the name was it could be either way. And this person was like, I've never heard of this woman before, but oh my God, I've been around on YouTube and she is a nasty piece of work. And I'm like, see, even strangers agree, and they don't have a prerogative. And I actually don't always do a great job of I don't always edit it to just be bad stuff. Oh, thank you for new members. Thank you, Scarlett. Welcome. I need to come. I have to think of I'm going to get creative with this, but it's been a while since I've been live. So, and there are other people in some of these clips. So, actually, Scarlett, because you're in here, I think there's a clip of where she was putting lipstick all over her face. And I think you were trying to appease her, and you're like, oh, that's a nice shade. And I'm like, yeah, everyone's probably like, what is going on? It was a nice shade though. I mean, not for drawing all over your face. And it's interesting. I would like to know what she considers mass reporting as well, because here's the thing. So her first channel was removed. I'm not sure the reason for that. I think that's up in the air. I mean, she's breaking terms of service left and right with a lot of stuff. So it could have been any number of things. So while that channel was taken down, what she should have done is she should have just stopped making new channels and just sat it out and waited for her quote unquote attorneys to speak with YouTube. I think it's interesting though that she says she got a hold of Patreon so fast. I mean, wow. I mean, if you're able to, but YouTube won't even sign for your certified letter. But people have the right to report if they feel that something is not appropriate. Now, nobody's like, coordinating. I'm not going to like I don't tell people what to do. I'm not, whatever. Like, if people are going to do that, they're going to do that. That has nothing to do with me. But that is what she thinks. She thinks that people are banding together in order to, and I don't even know. I've heard it's an obscene number that you need to have to reach for like something to flag. And I just don't see it as going down quite like that. And it said so on Twitter, but here's the thing about Natasha. Natasha, I know some people are like, she sucks at business. I disagree. I think she's good at what she does, in some ways, not in others, but in some ways. So she knows that her audience is comprised of mostly people that probably aren't on Twitter. In fact, I've seen her kind of do like pseudo market research to find out if her people were on Twitter, and most of the vast majority, I don't believe, are on Twitter. And I don't think even I hate Twitter. So like, I have a hard time navigating it. So I feel like, she knows that people don't know where to look. And she knows that she's tried to discredit those of us speaking out enough that they're not going to believe it if they see it here. They're going to think that I doctored it. They're going to think that it's fake. Because she says everybody who speaks out about her is crazy or whatever, jealous or whatever else. But mostly she likes to say crazy. We're all off our meds. We're all, conspiring and just these awful, trashy people who have nothing better to do apparently than to try to. And that couldn't be further from the truth, but that's what she thinks. And welcome, Dawn. Thank you so much for joining. I am like, this is my first live being monetized. I've done like the pre-recorded, but yeah, she knows her people aren't going to fact check, and she's done a great job at discrediting all of us over on this side. A lot of her people truly do think that we're a bunch of whatever she says we are. And that's just the sad truth. But like I said, I know a lot of people like to be nice to other, and but I'm not I can be very petty. And if you're going to come onto my community post and you're going to write dumb shit like that, I'm a coward and because I don't have my comment section. The fact that you're commenting means my comment section is on, you dumb fuck. And on top of that, it's like, I haven't made any of I don't care. You can write whatever you want. The more comments that I get, the more in the algorithm it gets pushed. It doesn't, thank you for being a friend. They were really ticked about those community posts that I made. They did not like that. They were like, we're mass reporting you. And I was like, there's nothing wrong with being happy that a woman who has abused the system for so long and gotten away with it for so long finally gets what they had coming. And I also want to point out that she always likes to point fingers. She's like, well, they all still have their channels. Well, even if you want to go with a different narrative, then like they're not doing anything wrong. Think about it this way. Just because your other people's issues and wrongs and wrongdoings doesn't make you less guilty. Like that doesn't make sense. Now, all right, I'm going to get into it now. So like I said, guys, bear with me here. I figured I would take you guys with me while I talk about all these things and share it with you. So I have to pause often, so I'm sorry about that. But hopefully this goes well, and hopefully I've learned enough about how to do this. So thank you, Scarlett. I appreciate that. And I'm glad I saw that before I clicked out of this, because I don't want people to think I'm ignoring them on this. It's just that I'm terrible at multitasking. I'm getting better though. So I'm learning. But thank you all for being here so very much. And let me see. Let's start with, I know which one we're going to start with. All right, let's get comfy. Share screen. I'll start humming like she does. La 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 la. I think this is it. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. All right, let's do this. Okay, so let's get started.
Oh, there's about to be some tick turtles. Ooh, there's about to be some tick turtles.
Sure are. I love it too. It's like, it's fun. It's like whack-a-mole. You whack them to go back in the shell.
They've been getting away with this for how long now, and nothing's happened to them. So it's giving them this false sense of, invincibility that it's astonishing. But it's just like with criminals, the more they get away with things, the sloppier they get, and eventually they get caught.
Exactly. And as somebody who is close to me, and some people might be able to guess, has told me when they've looked into this whole situation, they said that karma comes for people like Natasha Cooper. It might suck in the meantime because, it feels like she gets away with murder and nothing ever gets done about it. But karma's a bitch, and I think she's seeing that. And hopefully I'm sharing my screen right. I don't even know where my phone is. Okay. And I think she's starting to see that. She sounds, although, we heard this same song and dance before. I think it was in January. She started with that cycle of, I don't want to know what they're doing. I don't want to see it. Don't send it to me. Everything is being compiled for the attorneys that don't exist. And that's been this whole song and dance. And it's sad because I feel like people must be catching on by now, but if they don't, that makes me sad for them. Imagine being that dumb. Oh boy. Oh, who commented? Oh, okay. Oh, I thought somebody commented. Okay, that's not a bad comment. Wait, is it? No, it's not. Okay. I thought I just got a not so nice comment. I was going to address that because I like to read them out loud. What they don't understand is that I enjoy it. I enjoy if you want to come at me with stupid stuff that I can easily go back at you with. You can say that everybody on here, everybody who speaks out against you isn't smart, isn't intelligent, is all, trashy. I'm far from any of those things. I'm quite intelligent, Natasha. And I do business too. I do business, I do marketing, and I see what you're doing. I see you. But let's keep going.
This is going to be the same way.
I hate the long pauses. Half our lives are silence.
And I agree with you, Courtney. I agree. I'm going to tell you, I was reading through some of the comments on one of Jessica Lynn's posts, and I was just nauseated.
So here's the thing. She acts like her chat and her comment section are any better than anybody else's. Yes, there's going to be some banter going on, whatever. And I don't believe that for a second. Because, Natasha, if people stop talking about you, you'd be irrelevant. So really, that doesn't make sense to me. You can tell them because, of course, it's drama and people are like, oh, I'm so sorry, Natasha. Oh, these people are so mean to you and horrible. And they just need to shut their mouths and be quiet and let you scam in peace and grift and bully. Oh, God. Unfortunately, what they don't get is that, if people did stop talking about her, she'd be irrelevant. And I don't plan to talk about her forever, but I have a stockpile of clips that I want to go through because a lot of them are very telling.
For anyone to think that one person is going to make or break my channel is asinine. The only person who's going to make or break my channel is me. And nothing that anyone else does is going to do that. I don't care how much harassment is out there. I don't care how much people talk about me. I don't care how much people lie and say all of this, that, and the other. It's not going to break my channel. It's not going to break me because I'm married.
That aged well. And I'm sorry that intro there, I bet people didn't really miss hearing that at all. But here's when she got that zombie blade. She went through this phase where she was getting a whole bunch of swords and knives. And, Natasha, I'm kind of a horror movie buff myself. I like horror movies. I've seen a lot of horror movies, and you ain't the last girl. There is no need for those weapons. What is she using that for? Honest to God, it's not, I have no words. And these people see where what she spends your donations on. And that's great. If you are comfortable with that. And for me, what bothers me the most is the taking advantage and the stuff that you do. I don't know if people saw her Patreon, and when she was plugging it for one of the first times, she was saying I have 7 spots and it was the lowest tier that you could be on. And so there's nothing lower than that. So to get on her Patreon at all, she was saying that there were limited spots available to make people feel that they needed to sign up right now or get locked out of the content that they want to see. And I think that's sneaky and manipulative. That's forcing people to not think about whether, and maybe it is just $4.99, but you don't know how, what difference that makes to one person. And honestly, I can think of a dozen, 100 billion trillion things that I'd rather do with my money than give you a dime. And she's not even streaming for, she's not even doing anything with it. So, oh my God, this woman, we're just getting started. All right.
I have my sword around my neck because that's how it is supposed to go. And this is an early birthday present that I got today from Herman. He sent it to me from my Amazon wish list, and I love it. It is my absolute favorite. And look, Dalton, look what I got. Let me get this on my neck. I get this on my neck. Really this.
A mad? Oh, no. Sorry, guys. Well, whatever. Imagine her charging at you with one of those swords. Like, you know, if it's like the zombie apocalypse, I don't know if I would like be able to not laugh. Like that thing doesn't even fit over her shoulder right. Like it's supposed to look all, I don't know, like badass. And she just looks like she has a badly fitted accessory. And of course she's, you know, bringing Dalton over. Just got to show him her sword that she needs for God knows what reason. Honestly, I don't know where she puts half this shit. Like I have a lot of questions about her double wide. Now I'm not familiar with trailers so much. I'm familiar with, you know, your basic, you know, I've been in one, but I've never been in one where, you know, first of all, the bathtub was big. I'm jealous of her bathtub, that's for sure. If she's got one big enough, I am jealous of that. I used to have a soaking tub at my old place and I miss it terribly. Nobody fits in the bathtub I have now. But yeah, let's keep going here.
Look what I got. Let me get this on my neck. I get this on my neck. Really this. Look what I got.
What did she need that for?
He said, you know, mates.
I have no words.
This is my zombie killer.
Like, what is that? What is that? What does she have going on here? This picture is great. She's got the crosses in the back. She's got the recliner that's like super 70s weird orange. She's got, it looks like curtains on her cold shoulder because sometimes it's a tablecloth, but that looks more like curtains, or a rug from Target maybe. And she's got whatever the fuck this thing is with her zombie apocalypse. And yeah, she absolutely does use filters. I didn't know you could use filters on something like this, but clearly she does, because if you see her, like, you know, when she's in her car and shit, she doesn't look like that. Not even close. I mean, she looks stupid. I mean, I have no words. Half of her lives are either just her making ridiculous, stupid faces, dead silence, or now she's got the humming and the singing, which, you know, yeah, it's very annoying. And I can imagine that a lot of her subs probably feel the same. And they're just not going to say anything, though. They're going to be like, yeah, do it because the haters don't like it. Well, meanwhile, they're like, you know, take their earbuds out. Half of it's dead silence.
Mrs. Portland, this is for you. It's my zombie killer, Suge. And I mean, obviously, you don't know the difference between a samurai sword and a.
Do you know the difference, Natasha?
And one of the perks of that $25 membership level is that you get to be in a 24/7 group chat with the mods, myself, and any other members in that same level.
Okay, wow, what a treat, Natasha. Jeez, if only I could pay $24.99 a month to be in a chat that's called the Royalty Chat with some of your mods and you. Although recently you said you don't have time to be in the mod chat. You can't be bothered with that. So, you know, I guess, you know, there people aren't going to get an appearance from you. I mean, what a shame. But basically, from what I've seen of what the royalty chat is, because I've seen some things. Basically, she is having people pay to be able to stalk people. I mean, obviously, it's a group chat too, but you know, if they talk about behind the scenes conspiring against people. Well, what the fuck is your royalty chat? I mean, honest to God, if that ain't what that is, then I don't know what is. But wow. You know, I'm embarrassed for all of you in the royalty chat. Really, I am. Nothing good ever comes to group chats, first of all. But second of all, no, thank you. I don't want to be in any group with some of these people. None whatsoever.
So you can go hiking, you can go to the beach, you can go sightseeing. It's all free. Or you can go bowling and spend $100 and something.
So you have Christiane over there trying to suggest, like, you know, activities that you can go out and do. I'm not really sure what the context of this was. And she's over here, like, you know, aggressively opening package after package after package. I actually thought it was quite funny how she was opening things. That is a tablecloth right the fuck there. That, I think I'd classify that as a tablecloth. Very ugly one.
I've just answered the cat.
How y'all think I feel? I'm completely lost. I mean, I have to go on other people's panels to even be able to talk to anybody on YouTube.
Down with OPP. Q violin. The tiniest violin. Would you like a cheese plate with your wine, Natasha? Oh,
And it just feels like deja vu.
Wonder why.
That's what I'm saying. That's what it feels like. It feels like deja vu.
Because people, if you don't know, she has had her channel removed from YouTube so many times. I do not understand how people can have their brain function in a way where they can rationalize that must be wrong, but everybody else still has their original channel. It's just her. So tell me again how you do nothing wrong and everybody else is like the worst ever. Nope. That's not even logically sound.
And I do want to believe that what she said to me is the truth. But she's also told me 1,000 times and told everybody on the channel that she didn't want a channel.
This is one of her biggest pet peeves. So I believe she's talking about when Parker decided that they wanted to make a channel of their own, which why the fuck shouldn't she? Honestly. I'm sorry, she didn't tell you that she wanted to make a family channel. She had to just, you know, be a Natasha channel forever. Really? Like, and this is what she does. This is she's I mean, I know like I've heard it firsthand from people that have, you know, had channels like the satellite channels of hers. Like, she's very controlling. The other day, and maybe we'll play it later, she, you know, Dorothy went live for the first time in a while. And, you know, she had the title up and it looked like it was going to be like, you know, she was going to go all out. And, you know, it looked like she planned on it being one of her, you know, typical marathon lives. And a little bit in, she saw Natasha come in the chat because, of course, Natasha has to slide into the chat and, you know, make her presence known. And Dorothy's like, "Oh, Natasha, hello. Hey, you want to come up?" And Natasha's like, "I would, but I'm doing a makeup sale in 20 minutes. So, you know, trying to let everybody know that, you know, they should leave Dorothy's and go right over to her channel. And then Dorothy shut her live down for Natasha to go to the makeup sale. I was like, you know, Dorothy, I mean, yeah, go just bend over. Like, you know, let Natasha take one of her googly eye dicks and, you know, go to town. I mean, honestly, like, you know, that's your channel. You know, she doesn't control your channel. That's yours. That's yours. I mean, what happened? Oh, and I see it far too often. People are allowed to have channels, Natasha. And you know what? People clearly enjoy these channels because regardless if they built it off your name or whatever, because not like you haven't built your channel off of people's names, whether it be exploiting missing person cases, which, you know, is discussing other people's lives, or the stuff that you do here on YouTube. It makes no sense.
It is a horrible feeling, Kat. It is, Yvette. It really is. You know, my whole life, my whole world has pretty much been as a standstill. All of my.
But I thought you had a life outside of YouTube that you were happy with, Natasha. Your whole world is at a standstill, but I thought you had, you know, all these meaningful relationships and a life, and YouTube doesn't matter. Maybe I was mistaken in hearing that. And notice, guys, that, you know, this is her upset. I don't think this is BS. She gets upset when she feels that nobody else can have the spotlight. And the only time you're going to hear true emotion out of this woman is when something affects her. If it affects anybody else, she can put on a good facade of giving a fuck about them. But she doesn't. If it doesn't benefit her, she has no reason to care, in my opinion.
Income has been taken, and
I took a screenshot. Like, yes, there was something in the chat that was
you're monetized there.
Disgusting.
But monetization on Facebook is nothing like YouTube. and how she was such a victim. Bitch, please. Drama llama, I don't know who the hell this trifling bitch is. Some bitch whose name is spelled stupid. Ahley.
I kept this in because I was like, oh yes, kudos to AT, because you get under her skin. You really do.
It's supposed to be Allie. It's like she had a stutter when she was spelling it. Kaylee. Well, maybe her mother's a goat and named her Allie. Allie. That's pretty funny.
Like, what are these
You
weird
like it much, do
faces?
you? I bet you sitting there right now like this.
Like, what the fuck
That's
is...
what you look like. I know, Kalita. I know. Kalita, I need you over here on my shoulder saying, stop it.
She wouldn't stop it even if it... No, she's just a nasty, vile human being. And in here, guys, I think this is the clip section where I have some of my own work in it. And it's like, I call it recliner sizing. So she went through this period of time, like probably around Christmas time, where she was doing what I call recliner sizing, but it was her karaoke, but she was making the weirdest faces and like body movements. I was like, I don't know what this is. This woman's sitting in a recliner. I mean, maybe we could all do it together. So I have some of that. I had taken that down because I didn't want to, I don't know, be mean and body shame or whatever, but I don't give a fuck when it comes to Natasha anymore. I just don't. She has none of that compassion for anybody else. So you know what? Fuck you. If I'm gonna talk about you and your fucking recliner and whatever else I fucking want to talk about.
I can't help it.
It's the faces.
Does it sort of sound like Allie? I'm sorry, no, that's too much. That was too much. I know that was bad. Kalita.
If she thinks that's I remember that goat. Vivian, didn't you say that Natasha's a witch? I mean, maybe that's your sign right there. I don't know what the fuck that was about. That was weird.
Quit. One sky, one day.
Told me to recline, so I had to let back the seat.
Sorry, I had to do this. So this is a TikTok trend, a song, and I'm sorry for the screenshot. It looks like Ursula, and she's in her nightie. Oh no. So yeah, I did the TikTok thing. It's actually a really gross song, but I had to do this. So some of this is like the music I put together, so bear with me.
Told me to recline, so I had to let back the seat. Told me to recline, so I had to let back the seat.
Told me to recline, so I had to let back the seat. Told me to recline.
That's your brand, guys. I don't know why I put this in here.
Yeah, they have to record the dicks.
Oh.
I feel it.
Yeah.
They don't have a dick.
They don't even hold dicks. They don't even
Well,
Recliner sizing, guys. Oh no, I'm literally doing this. Okay, I got this. What the fuck? She's so ridiculous.
I don't know what these bitches think is gonna happen.
That aged well.
And just to FYI, I don't want to hear about anything that these other channels are talking about. Because listen, if they're talking about me, they're giving somebody else a rest. I'm going to stream TT's channel just because I honestly think she's a joke. But the rest of them, shit. I don't care.
Using other people for content. She acts like she doesn't, Natasha, I challenge you. Or somebody who's good at math. I challenge... Oh, I'm sorry. Your channels aren't here, so nobody can actually do it. Oh, that's too bad. I want to know how much, like a percentage of her lives total, are her talking about other people, and how much is quote unquote original content. And that doesn't include dead silence or humming. I would say that the majority of your lives are talking about other people, Natasha. So those who live in or those who recline in glass recliners really shouldn't throw fucking stones. But she either completely lacks self-awareness or she just counts on her audience. I have no idea.
Here. I have been dying laughing. Here, do this one real quick. All right, so for those who like to flip things, y'all want to know, hold on a minute, y'all want to know where the 20K is at? Here it is. Okay.
So the reason this is malfunctioning, from my understanding, so you'll see it in a second, is because she put real money into it. So this is, I think this actually was like Christmas Eve, maybe. When she was spending her time sitting up here in her recliner, criticizing other people's wish lists and telling them that they can't spend over a certain amount of, her community's money, because I don't think she donated anything at all. In fact, I think she probably made off of the profit. As people are telling her that they're struggling around Christmas time, she's going to sit here and do this, which I think was a huge middle finger at her audience. I don't care what anybody says, but
yeah, we're doing it. All right, we'll get it.
I think she broke it with the real money, and it's hundreds and 50s.
Oh, I'm having technical difficulties. Oh, I know, Teresa. I know.
The fact that she spent money on something this stupid is something all of its own. Like, when is she going to use this besides to give people a middle finger? We're waiting.
Oh, I've got a system here, I swear.
Still waiting. Yeah, that's right. You broke it because you had to put.
What is happening?
There we go. So as you can see, you can clearly see which of the money is fake and what's real. And no, this isn't because I'm jealous. I'm not jealous of, somebody dumping piles of money on me while I sit in a recliner and tell people about how it's my job. On career day, Natasha, I'm curious, when somebody asks your kid and they're like, what does your mom do for a living? Oh, she sits in a recliner and yells at the internet all day. Wow, that's real great role model right there. Right there, That's great. Oh, that's your mom's job? All right, her livelihood. Oh, all right.
Oh, it sucked. It sucked.
I have no words. No words. She looks ridiculous. She says we don't have any class. I mean, here you are getting money thrown at you like a cheap whore.
When I was feeling this way, and I felt like nobody had, it was like all of these channels are out here talking so much crap about me and making these videos nonstop, but nobody was making videos to show that the stuff they were saying wasn't true.
Because
nobody
they can't.
was making videos to show that, the hypocrisies that they were saying. I was so frustrated at that point because there were so many of these channels against me, and and it felt like nobody took the time to actually show that what they were saying wasn't true. I don't even know how to explain.
Because what we're saying is true, and they can't. And anybody that has like a conscience or a brain would know that. There's probably a reason that nobody people were like, I don't want to do that. That's like blatantly lying to people. I can go to sleep at night and I know that, as far as my knowledge that I have, what I'm saying is true. I'm not going to come on here and bullshit and speculate and just make up wild tales because I'm jealous of an obese woman who sits in a recliner and scams people. That I couldn't be further from jealous of that. Like, I don't understand why she thinks people are jealous of her. And Dorothy, I don't understand why anybody is jealous of you either. I mean, you were on there. You're like, let me go on camera and, tell everybody else how ugly they are when I'm so beautiful and you're ugly. When really, I'm just, it's like, yikes. Like, oh, I mean, she looks exactly how she sounds. She doesn't look well. And I know, I don't have to say what I think. Everybody knows what I think about that situation. But for her to call other people ugly, there's another person that likes to call people ugly over here that I'd probably rather look like Natasha than look then. But we're going to be playing some of those clips soon because that's in the next video, though. Like, that I'll play after this one. That's a good one. That's a good one because, oh my God. Like, some of the shit that she says on other people's channels, that's where you get, like, the real Natasha a lot of the time. But you guys will see.
I don't know how to explain it. So anyhow, here's Canoe. I know that it's still at 2%. You're the only person who cares. No, I'm a Clover does not want to go on a virtual date.
Oh, I'm a Clover. I'm so jealous.
I don't even know what that is. How did you go on a virtual date? Like face?
How does anybody think Douche Canoe is real? So at first people were telling me in comments, they were like, oh, you know, nobody actually believes it. It's just supposed to be funny. No, because she was seriously pushing the narrative. And, you know, she's saying here that, you know, well, actually, it was a different clip, but she was saying that other people have texted back and forth with Douche Canoe. What people fail to realize is that, first of all, Natasha has multiple phones. She has literally said this many times. Also, there are apps where you can create a phone number and you can send something. Like, just because you're, hold on. Just because you're, like, you know, it doesn't, no. Just because you're texting with somebody doesn't mean you're even texting from a freaking phone. Yeah, I don't really care. I don't care. But yeah, it's stupid. It's so stupid. Nobody thinks that Douche Canoe is real, or at least not to my knowledge. I would hope not. I would hope people weren't that dumb. But clearly they are. So she's basically, she actually blatantly lied the other day. So she was coming on here and I was in Voices chat at that point. I was watching that video. And she was like, oh, they're over there right now making fun of my fundraisers and the fact that I'm only at blah, blah, blah percent. And literally nobody was saying that because nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. Nobody's making fun of it or like gloating about it. Who fucking cares? She's saying that because she's trying to get an emotional reaction. And it works. Clearly it works. You know, and people are like, oh no, Natasha. Oh no, that's so horrible. You can't do that. Oh, these people are so mean. How could they make fun of you for, oh no, I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. That's pretty much the end of this video though. I don't think she goes into anything else. So hold on a second. Actually, yeah, hold on a second. Hopefully you guys can hear me. She is just ridiculous. Yeah. And really, though, it's a bit, Remy, see, I'm looking at the chat a little bit. So it is the same song and dance over and over again. It's like wash, rinse, and repeat. I don't go in her chat anymore. So I don't know if it's the same people that it usually is. I don't know if these are new people. I know that there's some people who I really think just stay for the community aspect. There's a lot of them in there that don't bother anybody. I mean, that's fair as well, right? I mean, they can't all be. Although I think a lot of them are bought. So I'm almost positive of that. Because listen, one time her views, her watchers and then her views afterwards didn't make sense. Like they weren't like, it wasn't right. And she's clearly buying, nope. Nope, there's no way in hell that this woman, if you want to see her real numbers, you go look at her at any other fucking platform because her people are not going to follow her to every fucking platform that she goes on. They're just not. And she's not going to do well on Twitch either. Twitch enforces their terms of service really, really well. And that's great. So she still has her Patreon that she's grifting with. Honestly, she's doing fine, but she's going to milk this until she can't anymore. And I'm not afraid of anything. Like, I don't care. Like, that is the thing about it. And I thought long and hard. I'm like, do I want to open myself up to any, I just don't fucking care. Like, bring it. Like, I don't care. There's nothing you can do to me that like is going to affect me in a way that's bad. I mean, you guys, or at least somebody who, you know, has already done that. And, you know, nobody cares. Everyone thinks you're just a fucking joke. Like, go ahead and dig on me. You're not going to find anything. The worst you're going to find on me is a really, really emo Twitter that I had that I can't delete because I locked myself out of it from when I was going through a bad breakup when I was like 20. That's what you're gonna find. You're gonna find like a bunch of like Eeyore quotes, like not actually Eeyore, but like, you know, doom and gloom. And it's embarrassing, but whatever. We've all had our days. I believe she was twitching. They call it twitching. I do think that. Right, her marketing strategy is outdated, but right, and Meg, and this is what I've been trying to say, is that as somebody who does marketing, she knows her audience. Like, she has done the market research, and it's very clear because she's willing to gamble. Like, she weighs out the risk, and she's willing to risk like pissing a certain, like, you know, let's say, you know, that she does have a small portion that is going to go look at Twitter to fact check. She's willing to, that's an acceptable loss for the big picture. She doesn't fucking care. And it makes sense because a lot of them aren't going to do that. And I'm not age shaming. I would never do that. But, you know, her audience, if it's anything like mine, is, you know, there's some older people. And while many of them are more tech savvy than I am, some people aren't. And she knows her audience real well. She knows. And she knows that they're going to believe automatically that if somebody texts you something, that it's a real person. So hence Douche Canoe has to be real because somebody texted back and forth with them. And it's just stupid shit. Like, first of all, if Douche Canoe, like, here's more logic for you. If Douche Canoe hated you that much, Natasha, hated you and wanted you to fail and was making fun of your pools and whatever, and they saw that you were using it as a marketing tool and it's working, why the fuck would they continue to do it? That doesn't make any sense because you're always like, I wish he'd lose my number. I wish he'd stop texting me. No, like, their logic doesn't make sense. And I hate saying that other people are stupid. I don't like to say that, but I have to. Like, I do not understand. And honestly, I don't go in her chat often, but I've gone in a few times, and these people believe her. Hook, line, and sinker. Anything that comes out of her mouth is legit. And everything that comes out of any of our mouths, we're crazy, we're unhinged, we're lying. We can't all be lying, right? I wouldn't come on here and just spew lies like that. That's not something I would do. That's embarrassing. Why would I come on here and embarrass myself like that and just by sitting on here lying? I would not do that. If I'm wrong about something, I'll apologize. And all of this is in my opinion, obviously. But I'm pretty smart, so I'm not too worried about anything like that. I'm pretty confident in what I say on here. And I think it's pretty obvious. And more people are seeing it. It's true. That doesn't mean that, like, you know, her real support, you look at those, it's under 200. Under 200 people that she has as a loyal fan base, I would say. I would say definitely under 200. I think that if she's going to come on here and she's going to have like a big audience, anything over 300, it's something's not right. Something's not right. For what she's doing, and a lot of the time it's when she's sitting there in silence humming. So I'm gonna tell you right now, people, if I was to start doing that right now, nobody would be watching me. Nobody, because that's not what people want. People want to see content. They want to see conversation. They don't want to see a woman, like, either on camera or not, humming to herself and going la la la. Mods, could you please drop my current fuck the haters fund? And you know, the fund is at 6%, blah 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 blah, you know, and her stupid names for things, and a lot of the names, like, you know, I know that I don't think it's against PayPal's whatever terms of service or whatever, but like, I feel like that's just it's so grimy. I wouldn't come on here and make a fund for something stupid like that. Like, and then she has the nerve, the audacity and nerve to come on here and talk about anybody else's PayPal pools, because the only other PayPal pools that I've seen on here is from people who have a goal in mind, like an actual goal for what they want to do with the money. And it's like a legitimate reason that people can totally get behind and be like, hey, like, you know, whatever. And then this woman who went on a tirade about the fact that, you know, she would never come on here and ask anybody for money for essentials. That is your job as a parent or whatever. Literally was saying the other day that she doesn't have money for essentials. I cannot, like, it makes no sense. And it's gambling money. It absolutely is. She, you know, I mean, she's fine. Like, you know, with her money, what she's missing right now, what she's jonesing for is that extra income. that extra amount of money that was very accustomed to being able to either gamble away, spend on food, or her Amazon shopping. I mean, there was a time right after she raised that 20K, actually, so shockingly enough, you started hearing, like, she would have these giant boxes that she would start unboxing. And it was just box upon box upon box upon box upon box of useless shit. For God's sake, she had fucking floppy dicks with googly eyes on them that she was sticking on her face. That is the stuff she's ordering. She's ordering that rooster mankini for God knows who, because I mean, maybe you're into. I mean, she bought it because the handheld chainsaw, and then she bought another one because it was in another color, and she had a coupon or whatever the fuck. Like, does she garden? She doesn't leave her chair. She doesn't leave her chair. So I don't understand it, and I don't know how there's room in there for anything. I agree, Granny. I think she's making more now. I think that this setup is actually working quite well for her. I think the only reason she's bitching and complaining about it is, firstly, she has control issues. So obviously, she has to be like, if she's going to leave YouTube, as far as she's concerned, it has to be on her terms. She won't accept it any other way. But I think she's just doing it for drama effect. Honestly, like, there's no other reason for it at this point. I don't think I think she's making way more money. I do. And here's the thing. So she's over here talking about, like, her livelihood and whatever. Now, she barely ever monetizes her videos. And she said this as much. And also, as a creator myself, I know that, with her behavior, usually anything with her involved probably wouldn't get monetized or would have limited ads. So she's not making money off of ads for that. So her membership's fine, but that's what Patreon's for. That's what Patreons are for. So, you have that now, and she keeps saying that the count is going up, and she's getting all of these people at all these different tiers. And, so she has that, yet she's still complaining about the memberships. It's never enough. It's never enough for her. And I can't. And her audience, a lot of her audience is just as nasty. And I can't, even with some of these people. Some of them I think are probably good people and caught up for weird, their own reasons. But there are some of them, I'm telling you, like, it just makes me want to scream, with her makeup sales and whatnot. I mean, she, right. And her website. That's right. Her website that you can, which is funny because actually I think Crafton went through the website, and it's like, it doesn't even tell you what you get. You go to the website and it's like text messages from other people, and, you can support her in these different tiers. But you don't get any perks. It's not like, hey, thanks for stopping by. Let's, this is what you get with this amount of like a pledge. Nope. It's just, here, if you'd like to give me money and your credit card info, here's your way. Enjoy. I don't know if maybe something's behind a paywall or whatever. I'm sure she doesn't put it, like, here's the biggest thing though. She grifts and she gets all of but she doesn't give anybody anything. Like, she doesn't go on her Patreon often. So what are they paying for? I mean, imagine a perk being in a group chat with Natasha's mods and occasionally maybe sometimes her. That's so stupid. Like, I'm embarrassed for them. I'm sorry, I really am. And a lot of it is stalking. She can say all she wants, that she can say a lot of stuff all she wants, but we know better. We know better. And from what I've seen, it's basically people talking about, us. And I even, oh God. And I don't understand, like I've said, go ahead. There's nothing these people can do that isn't going to get them laughed at. Like, you're not going to find anything in my life that I'm going to be upset. The one thing that I had that I have some, a lot of shame and embarrassment about, Dorothy took care of that for me. So there's nothing else. There's nothing else. And everybody is just going to laugh. And nobody should be doing that anyways. I don't know who the they is. Like, when she's talking, she's like, these people, they. Who are these people and they? Because I would like it if you were specific. Because honestly, I have never so much as Googled anybody's name on here. I know many other creators who have never gone and dug in on, people's lives and stuff. It's really, a lot of it isn't even the creators. I don't know. But she has them all thinking that we're all in cahoots with each other, trying to, get her channels removed. I don't give a fuck if she's on here or not. But as long as she's on here or, somewhere doing on her bullshit, I'm going to fucking talk about it. That's it. Hold on, wait. Yes, Amanda, I'm glad you noticed that too. So a lot of those palettes are very old. Yes, they are. I noticed that as well. I also pointed out in a picture, that, and she's saying that she's sparing people the expense of getting Ipsy every month. That's not the point. The point of it is that they could get this product cheaper. And if they want to spend their money on that makeup, that's great. They can. That's their decision. It's their money, right? So, but what I don't like is that I believe, as somebody who does marketing, and I like to sell without selling out, or giving up my integrity to do so. And, there's often a fine line, honest to God, but like, the consumer deserves to know that you are paying a steep markup. The consumer deserves to know that. And if after that they still choose to spend their money on that, then great, whatever. That's out of my hands with that. But the consumer deserves to know that, and she does not tell people that. But I found, like, with the Ipsy thing, one of the flash sales. At first, I was like, it was the first time I clicked on her makeup sale too, and I'm like, those products look so familiar. So I go on the Ipsy, the flash sale comes up, and here she is selling individual items from these bundles that they put together. And she is selling these. So the bundle itself was $50. She was selling each product for $20, and there were 5 products. So somebody could have gotten all 5 of those products for $50, yet she has the audacity to sell them for $20 each. And I think people deserve to know about that. So I'm going to talk about it. That's my right to do. I can talk about that all day long. And then I heard, something about, Gentleman Jack buys all the makeup. And then I remember somebody saying that, we should be ashamed of ourselves for criticizing it because she donates it to a homeless shelter. I'm going to let you know right now, what homeless shelters need is the money that you are spending on makeup. Homeless shelters really don't need makeup. And I understand if it's like a women's shelter, but there's a lot of cheaper makeup that you can do that has the same effect, honestly. And then you could put the rest of the money to, I don't know, buying people essentials, getting new sheets and pillows for cots, doing homeless outreach, literally anything else. They don't need high-end makeup and face, like they don't have a home. Like, I find that to be incredibly, no. Right. I get that. But I just wish that people would, like, stop trying to, I don't know. Natasha always says that she does all this stuff for her community. She pays people's bills sometimes, or whatever. I don't know. And a lot of the time she'll do these really random, like, acts of kindness. So a great example of that is CJ. So I actually heard this in real time. So CJ was never even mentioned, never even said that she wanted Natasha. Like, there was no build up to that. Natasha all of a sudden, after being silent, staring at her phone forever, was like, hey, I want to buy this for you for your wedding. I want to help you out. I want to do all of those things, and, like, buy that, and I want you to look great at your wedding day, which, CJ, I'm sure you're gonna look beautiful. But so she just offered. It was out of the blue. It made and CJ, of course, how do you handle something like that? You're like, okay. And she wouldn't take no for an answer. CJ even said, CJ was like, oh, I think that's too much. I don't think you can't, that CJ was like, no, I don't feel comfortable with that. And Natasha wouldn't take no for an answer. And she's just, hold on, wait, where is my drink? Okay, this is it. Oh my God, my throat gets so dry talking. But and she it was like this random, and she does these from time to time, and then it's for leverage, it's for power over other people. Clearly, she does not. That's what it is. That's all it is, because she wouldn't take no for an answer. So then they got that for CJ, and of course CJ was very grateful. But when things kind of went sour, CJ was like, hey, I don't want this. Like, here's the money. And she got the money back for it. So I don't understand. And she'll still use that as, like, leverage over CJ. And they'll all be like, and then Dorothy will go and say that, just stupid shit. Like, that CJ took the money and brought it on holiday and all of these weird things that aren't true. And that's what she does. She'll help people. And it's used as for, like, control and leverage. And I think that's wrong. And I think a lot of people have started to see that. Like, it's oh no. And she says, what does everybody else do? Well, there are some really kind, generous people over here, in this community here. A lot of good people, and you don't know what other people do for their communities. Like, you don't. I do. I mean, I was raised with that in mind. My family, like, we didn't get holiday gifts growing up. None. Zero. We sponsored a group home with 8 boys, and all the money that my parents would spend on, I was raised in a Jewish family, so on Hanukkah gifts, or what my relatives, it would all go for these boys who have nothing. And we did that year after year after year. I mean, I literally was raised with my allowance being sorted into spending, short-term savings, long-term savings, and what, in Hebrew it's called tzedakah, which is charity. So, I go out with my mom and do homeless outreach where we give like care packages out to people that are on the corner early in the morning. I do a lot, and I don't come on here and brag about it. I do a lot of animal rescue too, because I don't need to do that to validate myself. I also don't need to do that to convince my audience that I'm a good person. They see that all on their own. And, I've even seen in the chat, people are like, well, she can't be a scammer. If she was a scammer, she wouldn't part with money. They don't, she wouldn't do that. That couldn't be further from the truth. A scammer doesn't want you to pick up on the grift. So they're going to throw you off like that. And people believe it. And I just, using that as leverage to hurt people it's bullshit. It's such bullshit. Yeah, I can't. And I am just so glad that a lot of people are opening their eyes and have seen, because I know in the back of my mind that there are some people there that do know, and I don't know what's stopping. I would be the most ignorant person in the world to say that, her entire audience is, bad people. I could never say that because I don't know her entire audience, but I do know her chat, and I do know a lot of the people in it. And I do know a lot of the satellite channels that put out dumbass videos that are really bad. If I'm honest, just being honest, it doesn't take a whole lot of effort to put a sticker that dances and, play a clip over it. That takes me about 5 seconds. Now, what takes me forever is editing stupid clips together. They take me hours. But she is just, yeah. I think that a lot of people, some of them are probably there because they like the community, and I think that that's a huge thing. But there's community elsewhere. There's community here. Many of us came from over there. Most of us actually, were at one point or another, somehow, viewers or somebody who was frequently on panel. And something else that she said that was funny as hell was she was like, it's, people act like, it was so difficult to be up on my panel with me. And it's so easy, and they think it's just easy to, and I was, and then she was like, well, being a creator is hard. What she does is hard, but what the panel guests do is easy. I was like, your panel guests 9 times out of 10 carry your lives, Natasha. You just sit there and you're either silent or you turn your camera off and you're looking at your phone, and sometimes you forget to hit mute. And we hear the StreamYard countdown or somebody else's voice because you say you don't watch, but Natasha, don't you can't fool me, girl. You like to watch. Probably a lot of ways. But yeah, that's a whole other topic. But I can't. And she's saying that, oh, it's so easy. I forget who she was saying it about, but she was saying like your panel guests carried your lives. Honestly, like, you would go into your little dramatic, like, little statements that you make, and you make all those faces and, talk in your Southern accent that you put on, like you turn it on thick. And then you don't have anything left. There's nothing left. So when you're done with that, you're like, well, I can't just get off of here because I still need to scam. Half the time, her lives is other people talking and her interjecting what her fund is at on occasion, or something she found for shopping, or something else that is equally trivial. So that's what I wanted to say, because I was actually rewatching some clips, and I'm telling you, it was her people that carried those panels. Some of them are very funny. I found some clips of Christiane that had me like dying laughing, that were just super funny. And I was like, oh my God. Like that was the mankini that she got for Dalton that had a rooster, where, and then, underwear that she could get that says, this cock belongs to, her name or whatever. I was like, you should get that for your merch. I think that'd be great. I bet people would buy that. This sub belongs to Natasha Cooper. But yeah, it is. I'm so tired of it. And sometimes I just need to come on here and talk about it because I can't type it all. I can't type it all. And I don't know. And these people, you want to come in, you want a white knight for her, you want to, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. It's not going to bother me. There's nothing you can say to me that's going to bother me because I know who I am. You don't know who I am. You don't know me. Like, I don't come on here often. So, I don't live on the internet like somebody like, Dorothy or Natasha, where, you kind of get to know them quite well. I haven't really done that yet. So, I know what I am and I know what I'm not. And I really don't care what some rando on the internet has to say about me. Just like, I thought you didn't care about, thought people weren't supposed to be on other channels. Don't you guys have like, tick tattle turtle system going on over there where you guys tell on each other and get screenshots? I'm not even really looking at chat because tonight I almost canceled tonight. Almost. Because I don't know, I have a sore throat and I'm kind of mad about it. I think it's from yelling at like my dogs yesterday because the fireworks, and I was like, oh, I felt so bad, but like Molly was losing her mind. Oh, the quack like a duck video. Yes. Do you guys remember? It's been a long time since I heard stroking on it. But yeah, the that was weird. Like some of her content was just playing other people's videos. Like she had like Prancer size, and she had the one with the guy with the, I think it was like was it like a Confederate flag? I think, like, and slapping his dick on a tambourine. She loved that one. I mean, we know she has an obsession with dicks though, so I would like to have one of those dings like Voices has, where whatever time she says dick, it just goes ding, because quite frankly, that's what she does. Like she's just it's bizarre. The stuff that that comes out of her mouth, and then it's so hypocritical, And my next group of clips that I'm probably going to do tomorrow. Wait till you hear some of that. Wait till you see what I found. And no, I don't think it's going to be a problem because this is from actually somebody else's channel. When she goes up on panel for that. So yeah, I'm excited for that because you guys, this was like a mic drop moment for me. I was like, how dare you fucking talk about other people the way you do? And it makes no sense. And she wants to say that, everybody else is bad. Oh, no. Wait till you hear this. You want to say that, you're such a good monitor of the internet. You're such a good parent. You're all, Yeah, well, I don't have a problem with it personally. Like, things don't outrage me like that. I think that teenagers are going to be on the internet. What you do is you monitor it the best you can. They're going to find a way onto it. And I think all teenagers are, I don't know. And she's making it sound like because, somebody posts a couple clips of them playing a game that they're, what was it that lady said about Jess, that she needs to be locked up for? I'm like, that's so dumb. Meanwhile, you're over here like praising other people who let their kids be on Snapchat at age 9. No, I would never let my kid be on Snapchat at 9 or any age for that matter. I hate Snapchat. If you ever, if you want to go and Google like where things go wrong and bad things that happen to kids on the internet, Snapchat is in a lot of those. And yeah, nope. But that's okay. We'll just criticize it when it fits our narrative. Yeah, everybody's on the internet. Oh, thank you, Meg. I'm glancing at the chat here and there. If I keep looking at it, I'm gonna like get really like I can't see. I need glasses. And I'm in denial about it. So you're going to just see me it's going to take me a while. I'm going to have to like bring the thing right up to my face. But and I don't care. Like, I don't fucking care. And I want to make this clear. Like, yes, I think people who have known me before, I kind of, was doing, because I didn't know what I wanted to do with my channel. I didn't know if I wanted this to be serious or if I wanted this to be a drama channel. I really didn't know. I just made this and I want to do a lot of things. But and of course I was raised with class to always put my best self forward and always act, in a professional demeanor. But, that's not who I am, if that makes sense. I like to have fun. I swear, fuck is my favorite word. And I can be very petty and I can be a fucking bitch. And a lot of people are like, oh, little old B, what is it that Dorothy says, has BeePlus doesn't have any personality. Then you still think that, Dorothy? You still think I don't have a personality? I know. I said, though, what did I say to you? I said, stick around and find out, bitch. Stick around and find out. And I think you have. I think I have a lot of personality. Sometimes too much. Sometimes, and maybe I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm not going to be anything but myself. I have no issue talking about this. I can go to sleep just fucking fine. Thanks. It doesn't bother me. And there's nothing you can say back to me that's going to bother me either, because I really don't give a fuck what some rando on the internet thinks about me. It doesn't bother me. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate that. See, I'm trying to look at this. I'm not used to the whole getting monetized and stuff. So I mean, and I do content too. So I really try to have a good mix of everything. But I wanted to go live tonight. I have a bit, guys. When I tell you that I have a group of clips that I am so excited for, but it's a long video, and I don't have it in me to go through it all tonight. But that is going to be my big. That's going to be my big comeback live, because that's going to be fun, and I'm very excited about that. But I wanted to come on and talk. I didn't want to be that person because, Dorothy, you say it's rude, right? You say it's fucking rude for somebody to keep their audience waiting, of course. And I'm terrible at that. And that isn't fair to my mods. That's not fair to everybody else here. Sometimes, but here's the thing. YouTube doesn't rule my life. So, if something comes up in real life, obviously I'm going to put that first. So if I say I'm going to be on at 8 and, the kid needs help with homework, then I'm going to obviously pick the latter. That's my priority, not coming onto YouTube. And I think and most people here understand that. And I because a lot of us can relate. I'm not going to say, no, honey, you're going to have to figure that out for yourself, because I need to be on YouTube and be on the internet. But you're going to have to wait. That's not it. I think most of us wouldn't do that. And that's just where I stand on it. And I know that some people don't like it. I've had some emails saying that people are disappointed in me. I can be I can be whoever I want on here. Like, if I want to, no, I'm going to talk as much shit as I want. If people don't like it, I apologize, but I can't make everybody happy. I just want to talk about what I need to talk about, because I see things going on here. I see, Natasha, Dorothy's got to get, called out. I mean, I just, and she'll be back on her bullshit, and I hope she feels better. I hope, she gets the help that she needs, or is getting the help that she needs. Because, everybody knows how I feel about that. I think it's pretty obvious what's going on over there. And I think that anything, the pushing for money, I think that's just enabling. And I mean, it's interesting that the same woman who said that, she's not comfortable with people running their Cash App or their PayPal down at the bottom, because YouTube has a system in place you have to pay to be here, like to this, host you, is now dropping her Cash App and wish lists and stuff more than I've seen anybody else besides Natasha Cooper do it. I found that very interesting. What is that noise? I am so confused. Where I live in the city, so I live like 5 feet away from the house next to me, and I think somebody's in their car on their cell phone, and I can hear the ringing. Like, that's how close I live to people. But I appreciate all of you guys that have stopped by today. Tomorrow is I'm gonna play the marathon clip, and it's really long, and it's gonna be a marathon. I don't really like popcorn that much, but I'll have some sort of snack. I was gonna do it tonight, but my throat is, I don't know, I think it's allergies. Either that or something. So I have a lot of back problems. So I have a disc that's messed up in my neck as well. And when it starts acting up and my arm starts going numb, I also get these bad headaches behind my eye. And I've been, like, if I move, I've been getting that. Actually, it's interesting. Is that what you're having? You're having tacos? I have, there's a food truck that's near my house that has, like, authentic, like, Mexican food. And it's so good. Like, it's so good. So I got some of their nachos, and I have those waiting for me, which I know they're probably going to be cold, but they're so good. And yeah, I appreciate you guys stopping by so much. Yeah, like I said, I was going to do my big comeback thing. Now I was going to do a community post, but I was like, I don't want to cancel on you guys, because I like a lot of you are just such good people, and I've gotten to know you in chat. I like a lot of you, like, genuinely very, very much. And some of you I don't know very well, so I can't, I don't know yet. I don't know, but there's some great people in this community. And what I really want to ask, what I want to put forward is, are we all lying? Are we all these bad people that are just out, or are we just, discussing what we see going on? I've literally never, you know, want to know what, Natasha? The only thing I have ever reported on here is that video that somebody made of your aunt that was messed up. That's it. That's the only video I ever flagged. Not yours, not once. Not once. But if people want to do that, that's their right to do as, you know, members of the YouTube community. If you are breaking terms of service, that's the system in place. That's well within anybody's right to do so if they feel that that's what they need to do. So I don't get why, you know, she's still with the mass reporting. It's not mass reporting. Open your eyes. You know, I don't know what got her down in the first place. I think it's debatable. I don't really know. It could have been a multitude of things. You know, I mean, that she does a lot of things that are messed up. But afterwards, she should have just quit. She should have just stopped doing YouTube and gone away and let her, you know, attorneys deal with it. But at this point, you know, she's ruined every chance she would have. And she was saying that she'd sent certified letters to YouTube and like they won't accept them, which I thought was funny. So who knows though? She says she's got a lot going on behind the scenes. I mean, maybe she'll show us. But I'm willing to bet not. And if you're yeah, well, actually, I can't ask you to prove something in your chat because you don't have one. Hold on. Which video do you mean? The video that I want to do tomorrow. The video I want to do tomorrow is a bunch of clips that I delved deep into my archives. And a lot of it is actually new stuff. And a lot of the stuff I'll be playing tomorrow is from some of the satellite channels, per se, or content of my own. So there's that too. But I edited it all together to kind of make the clips to react to. And that's what I wanted to do. I was coming on here to do like reaction videos with you guys. Because I figured if I'm going to pre-record them, I might as well, you know, let people come hang out and chat and react with me. So that's what I was trying to do with today. Like I said, I was going to do a bigger thing today. As you can tell, I'm losing my voice. And I'm not even sure why. Right. Well, that's what she's doing, Kim. She's throwing 14 channels. 14 channels, guys. Do you hear that? 14 channels she's had taken down. 14. That's not normal. I don't know anybody who has had 14 channels removed and has been booted off of multiple platforms. Most of us haven't even been here for long enough for it to be us doing it. Like, at what point do you stop and ask yourself, maybe this is me? Maybe I'm doing something that I'm not supposed to do. And she's just going to come back. She's going to continue to do it. And I know this. And I know that nothing that but I will tell you, I have had people that have said that my logic makes sense and they hadn't thought of it this way. Now that they do, they see that, you know, maybe there is something going on, and that I'll take that. That's a win in my book. Because nobody should be in something like that just for community. Like, there's community elsewhere where people will be valued and, you know, happy, and that are a much more positive place. I'm not here I used to try to stay neutral. I used to preach the whole neutrality thing, and I don't know. This is my opinion, and I know some people disagree with me, but I feel like there comes a point where like neutrality isn't going to work. There's either right and there's wrong, and you can't have it both ways. And I also decided that there's no point not speaking my mind. People are going to know exactly what I think about them. I've told people, if I don't like you, you probably know. And I don't even like everybody that speaks out against Natasha. I don't get along with everybody, but I get along with most people. There's some good creators in this community that, she likes to say don't have a following, they don't have a community, but their communities are just as strong as hers is, if not stronger. Honestly, I don't know anybody else that can go shopping and have almost 200 people in the chat. But Granny did. So I bet if Natasha has like barely 100 people if she's like in the car, but she keeps cutting out of service. Like, who wants to watch that? Who wants to watch a creator that's cutting in and out of service? And half of the thing is, oh, can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me? Is that better? I just don't understand why she thinks she works so hard and is a content creator. It makes no sense to me. What are you creating? Like, half the time you're not even doing anything at all. You're sitting there and it's dead silence. Like, I did a video where I was trying to find the voice in it because I was like, why would I screen record this? And I was like, I kept moving the mouse forward and forward. It was silence. Everywhere I clicked, it was silence. And I was like, oh my God, this really is a good portion of all of this. This is insane. That people but whatever. I think I have no explanation for it, and I know I shouldn't even say that the humming's annoying as fuck. It's annoying as fuck. Yeah, and I'm sure people think that, but of course they're like, "Oh, Natasha, you have such a lovely singing voice. Oh, Natasha, your humming is just so great. Look at you pissing off the haters. Oh, yes, let me throw my money at you so you can piss off the haters." I don't give a fuck about the money, okay? I don't. Would I like to make money doing this? Yeah, of course I would. That would be great. If you spend a lot of time and you're passionate about what you do, it's like an artist. You get tipped and whatever. I don't have a problem with Natasha getting money the proper way. I don't care about that. And it's people's money. They're welcome to do that. They worked for it. That's their choice. But it's also my right to talk about it if I want to. I'm not going to just sit here and let her, and contrary to what her subs believe, she doesn't want people to stop talking about her. That is her worst fear, because then she's irrelevant. Have you noticed that, Granny has stopped talking about her, and she uses that as an opportunity to go as low as humanly possible? Because, nobody wants to sit there and just listen to her hum and open packages and do nothing. Nobody wants to watch that. So, yeah, that is just my opinion, of course. And her true crime was, I don't even know what that was. It was like streaming the news, and she's so proud of it too. Like, I mean, I'm like, what? And she's like, nobody can beat me at true crime, bitch. Like, your true crime, you were streaming the news. She was like, well, clearly I'm not doing anything because I didn't get, sued or whatever. It's like, just because you didn't get caught, you were probably the one who turned people in. She's probably like, guys, did you know that these people are streaming you? Mainstream media, guys. Mainstream media is not happy with YouTube. Let me tell you. Mainstream media has been in charge of the information people consume for a very long time, and now you have independent people that'll come on, and that can be very dangerous too, I think. But a lot of people on here, people are flocking more to YouTube because it's free. Or else you have premium, which, guys, premium is actually very worth it. I enjoy having premium very much. I don't like advertisements, but people don't want to pay for cable anymore. They don't want to listen to a news station, I don't know. So they'll come here. And I think that's neat. I like that. So a lot of people come on here for that. It's like an interactive thing too. And mainstream media doesn't like it because it takes away from their viewers. So there's actually some new stuff going on with laws about fair use that I'm following very closely because it's very interesting. It's very interesting. It's like how much do you have to alter something for it to become your own? Because no idea is truly unique anymore. Like somebody somewhere has done it. Yeah, I love premium. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. That is like one of my things I splurge on. I canceled my Disney Plus, much to people in the household's upsetness. We're not happy about that. I'm like, you don't even like Disney anymore. Like, what do you? I think it was for like a Star Wars thing. Probably, definitely Star Wars thing. But I'm like, I'll get it. Whatever, we'll get it back. We'll get it back later. But I'm like, I need my Prime. So that's the one time I'm going to be selfish. Yes. Every right to. But yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by. I would have been on longer, but guys, tomorrow night might start earlier because this is what it is. It's I put together all of the clips that I think people need to see, that are very, very telling. In hindsight, and a lot of the stuff is what she's saying now on other people's panels that I think people have the right to hear as well. Because sometimes she says things that I don't think she'd say on her own channel there. So I have all that put together, and we'll watch it all together and then discuss. And I do plan, if people want to come up on panel tomorrow night, that's great. I would love that. But yeah, tonight my voice is like shot. I don't want to say I was very sick in May, so, or else, I'm not going to think about that. Like, that would just be the worst bad luck to get sick again. Although, I think a lot of us have forgotten that, like, the such thing as a common cold and, like, flu exists and allergies. So we all automatically think of, the worst when, we don't feel well. So I think it's probably allergies. Oh yes, Domino is home. Domino was found. Thank God. And he is home. I let him out for a little bit today because he's an outdoor cat. I didn't want him, like, last summer I caught kids throwing those little sparkler things at him. because apparently there are parents out there that, and I will talk about these people's parenting because I don't, they're not on YouTube or whatever, that, raise their kids to think it's okay to throw those types of things at animals. Which if you want to see an angry bee, a very angry bee, oh, I was a very angry bee. You don't throw those things at my cat or any cat without me having a lot to say about it. So yeah, I was worried about that because, like I said, I live in not the country. What very opposite. I live in the city, so we all live on top of each other. Like, I mean, it's just the way it is. So everyone's very cramped together. There's a lot of people. It's very loud. So, although it's been quiet, a couple families moved out from the I'm surrounded by like apartment buildings. I have like the one house, and then there's like all apartment buildings, but. It's been quiet since a particular family moved out. I'm not complaining about that at all. I'm enjoying the silence very, very, very much. I don't know. I don't particularly love where I live right now, but it's not much I can do about it at the moment. If you want like a 1-bedroom apartment that isn't in a neighborhood that you'd really not really feel comfortable in at all, and that isn't falling apart with like, bed bugs or, lead paint or whatever, it's at least $1,000 a month. It's ridiculous. I live in a very, the cost of living where I am is quite high. And I've often toyed with the idea of moving to a state where stuff is a lot cheaper. Because, it's pretty bad up here. It's pretty bad. My brother bought a house that is twice the size of mine, if not 3 times, with a pool on a great neighborhood in Texas for less than what this house that I'm in now that is not that. And I was like, that's insane. That is absolutely insane. But the value on this house, I'll sell it eventually. Yeah, hopefully. It's only had one owner. It's a really strange looking house. I can't have air conditioners. I thought, in Florida, somebody told me, I don't know what her issue with her air conditioner was. Was it that she needed new air conditioners or that she needed help paying for the air conditioners? I don't know. But I'm pretty sure you have to provide air conditioning down south. I'm pretty sure that's a law. I could be very wrong though, because clearly I don't live there. So I can't speak on it, but I can't imagine that if you're renting, they're not required to do that. That's brutal. That's brutal. Your electric bill would be through the roof in Florida, I'd say. I haven't even put the air conditioners in. I'm trying to save some money where I can. So I was like, maybe, electric bill for the air conditioners, the 2 of them, it can be a lot. So, I'm the one suffering upstairs. The other one sleeps in the basement where it's nice and cool. And it's a nice basement. It's partially finished. So it's not a dungeon. I don't lock kids in the dungeons. That's not what I do. But I'm the one suffering in like the hottest room of the house. So I have like a bunch of fans. But if it saves some money, anything is, better than nothing if I can suffer through it. And I'm like literally like rambling right now. I would love a treehouse too. I used to like watch that show sometimes where they would like, it was like Pimp My Treehouse Masters. It wasn't, Pimp My Ride, same thing. Not at all the same thing. But yeah, it is. Hold on, wait. I think I'm reading that right. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. I can be. I have a personality. I have quite the personality. I always found that funny. I was like, stick around and find out, Dorothy. Stick around and find out. I'm almost glad that she did what she. Whatever. At first I was upset, but now I'm just like, this woman is clearly delusional and not well. But I'm still going to talk about it because I don't appreciate. I don't think that there's an excuse for treating people badly on the internet. I will, at my core, be a good person. At my core, if I feel that it's necessary. But there are some things that was it called Tricked Out Treehouse? I don't know what it was called. It was cool though. I don't know if I'd want to live in a tree, but maybe, I wouldn't, completely nix the idea. I could try it. Oh, it wasn't cold enough for her. Oh, okay. Well, that's too bad. I have a lot of thoughts on that. And yeah, I think we all know. We all know the truth. I think that yeah, it's getting repetitive. And it's a cycle that you can just tell, and she'll be back. Hold on, wait. So I love how my phone tells me to go to bed. It's like, go to bed right now, your bedtime reminder. Apparently I set my bedtime to 11:05. I don't recall doing that, but that's apparently when I'm supposed to go to bed. But yes, I know Michelle's going to scold me as usual, but I have not eaten dinner either. So I am going to go eat my dinner. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much. Tomorrow is going to be a much better show, but I hope you enjoyed this show. I hope you enjoyed it. And welcome to all the new members. I wish I could have said, thanked you each individually, but I'm still learning how to do the whole looking at my two, like the screens when I'm, streaming something or sharing my screen. So bear with me while I kind of get that learning curve out of the way. So I have that. And thank you for anybody who sent like a super chatter sticker. Those were the first ones I've gotten in a live. So I appreciate that so much, guys. And don't forget to like the video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you're going to want to subscribe because I do a lot of good stuff. And I think a lot of people I can have testimonials too, Natasha. Maybe I could get some testimonials. Y'all want to? I would never. I don't want that. No. I don't like attention, believe it or not. So I would be like, no, please don't say that about me. I don't like it. I don't know. I should. I don't. It's like, it's like when people sing happy birthday to you. Like, what the fuck are you supposed to do when people sing happy birthday? What are you supposed to look at? Are you supposed to look at them? Are you supposed to look at the cake? I don't know. It baffles me. But that's another one of those situations. I'm like, I don't know what to do when people are saying nice things about me. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. But I hope everybody has a great night. I might be bouncing around chats, and then I hope to see many of you, all of you actually, maybe with, maybe not a few, but most of you. I think we're respectful. Yeah, all of you guys were. I saw a couple comments that were a little rude, but that's okay. I welcome that as well. I really don't care. It does not bother me. It does not derail me. It does not hurt my feelings. But I will defend people in my chat. That's the one thing. But if it's about me, I promise you, I've said worse things about myself. So I probably believe worse things about myself. Because that's just how I am. I have very high standards for myself, and it's a flaw. It's not always a good thing. But yeah, I hope everybody has a great night, and I will see you guys tomorrow.